We are looking for the best high school wrestling duel in America.
Which is why we're here at Detroit Catholic Central High School. JD, it was your idea to come here. Why was that?
They get the entire student body to come because it's at 2 in the afternoon. They get crazy, so I knew week 1 we had to come here.
This is just the first stop in this series. We're trying to find the
best high school wrestling duel in the country.
To do that, we're gonna be judging these on 4 criteria. You'll hear more about that later, but for now, JD, let's go find out more about this duel.
Why are we here?
The assembly match, right? Mike Rodriguez assembly match, one of the greatest wrestling environments, I think, in the country.
My first assembly match was in the winter of 1989 when I was a freshman here at CC. I always say that because it makes me sound a little older.
It's kind of like a football game. Like everybody gets in here and it's a unique experience. Like nobody else does this.
Your first assembly match. What were your thoughts?
The school I came from, St. Thomas High School in Houston, had a wrestling program. It was small and discreet, so I walked into this wrestling assembly, which I've never seen before, never heard before, and the hair that was on the back of my neck just sort of stood up.
It's just super crazy. It's definitely a little nerve-wracking. Like my freshman year, I was the second match, which was kind of good because I was just so early. I really didn't even have time to even like think about what was going on. I was just out there right away.
I remember coming into the gymnasium. I had gotten cut from freshman basketball, so I was on the wrestling team at the time. Didn't crack the starting lineup and had no idea what the wrestling assembly match was. But when I walked into the gymnasium and felt the culture of the whole school, it's a one-of-a-kind event, and I was hooked immediately.
I see the guys on the mat, I'm like, oh, the power, the energy, the enthusiasm is just infectious. And this is just a great way to showcase a sport that doesn't get necessarily all the love and attention. The kids just love it.
But in this warm-up, make sure our speed's good, make sure we're keeping our hands on guys, our hands are heavy, our setups look good, all right? And just be sharp. Sharp, we're looking for sharp. Understand that?
I hear you have a story about the assembly match.
Yeah. Before we get to Bob's story, now is probably a good time to reveal one of our criteria: history.
I graduated from here in 1975. I got cut by the basketball team. And it just so happened the next day Coach Rod had the assembly match in front of the school. And from then on, my life changed because I went out for the wrestling team after that. I've been coaching for over 30 years. I've been with Mitch 18 years now. So it's changed my life, this assembly match, way back when. So
Coach Rodriguez was a longtime legendary coach here at Catholic Central. He was a 3-time Big Ten champ at the University of Michigan, 2-time NCAA runner-up, and he started coaching here in the late 60s. He wanted to showcase the sport to the school, to the community, and to the state. So he started this assembly match in 1969. And it's transpired into what it is today, with many schools across the country mimicking it.
Coach Rodriguez, he was your coach?
He was my coach, yeah, long time.
So did you wrestle in this meet?
I wrestled in this meet 4 different times, and I'll tell you what, there's some butterflies in the stomach before you step out there.
All right, so we know how the duel started, but what about the history between the teams competing? Do they hate each other or what? The best duels are when teams hate each other.
There's a healthy dislike, I think, for each other.
Good enough. DCC is wrestling Davidson, the home of Brett Metcalf, John Reeder, and Josh Barr, to name a few. They're also the only team to beat DCC for the Michigan State title in the last 9 years, and they did it twice.
Definitely goes back super long way, a little bit of bad blood.
Even in like all the other sports, I'm a football player too, so we hate them in football. But just whenever you get to wrestle a Davidson guy, even in like an individual tournament, you're like, I want to, you know, extra bad. You want to beat them extra bad.
But there's also a level of respect with the tradition and history of both schools.
It's really good that these two teams are wrestling the first match of the year, honestly.
What do you tell a kid who's nervous to wrestle in this duel?
Go compete. Do what you do.
26 minutes till duel time. You can feel the tension kind of starting to build up a little bit. It's good.
It actually looks like they hired a DJ up there.
I like the ox.
I can't hear a word you're saying.
Starting to get some students trickling in here.
Now seems like a good time to introduce another criteria: energy.
I'm getting pumped, dude. It's also hilarious to see the lights guy in his singlet and boots and hat. There was a lot of talk about all the students coming out and everything, but before the students came out, it's starting to fill up with, you know, obviously not high schoolers, members of the community. as well. So you can tell it's not just a student thing, it's really kind of a whole community thing.
Oh, they're booing. The Davidson wrestlers just walked in. They're all booing them. It's cool because not only are all the students here, all the teachers are here too. I don't think any of my teachers ever watched me wrestle in high school. Is the assembly duel something people look forward to, or do you guys just have to be here?
We look forward to this all year long. I've been looking forward to it since my freshman year as a senior now.
Awesome. What about you? All right. That's all I gotta say. What's going on?
So I think school is out. And that's why you're seeing kind of the mass exodus. You know, it's 2:45. It's got to go home, I guess.
The kids leaving was a huge bummer, but it made our next criteria more important than ever: quality of wrestling. There's still a solid crowd of diehard fans, and this is still a duel between the top two teams in the state. Halfway through, Davidson was up 19-10. A DCC major makes it 19-14, then a pin from team captain Connor Bercume finally puts DCC back in the lead with 5 matches to go. But just when it feels like the momentum has swung in DCC's direction, this happens. Just like that, Davidson is back in the lead 25-20, and I'm starting to think to myself, oh my gosh, are they about to pull off this upset in enemy territory?
Davidson came to wrestle today. 4 matches left, and they have to lead by 5? It's getting interesting.
DCC ends the duel in style with a pin and a 40-25 victory. But it came down to the last few matches, just like you'd hope for any great duel. Also, the last criteria is venue. It didn't organically come up anywhere else, so I'm just going to throw that at you now.
That was pretty fun.
That was really fun. Even after most of the students left and school ended or whatever, it didn't go to a bad duel environment. The fans have stayed, the students have stayed. We're still super loud, super knowledgeable, and passionate. It just went from an unreal environment to a good duel environment.
What made you get that?
My son wrestled here. Just that, you know, for fun.
In kind of an era when I feel like for high school, duels have gone to the wayside a little bit. A lot of schools just trying to do tournaments and quads and get as many matches as possible. Why is it important for you to get a duel like this, just one team versus one team?
To give the student athletes an incredible experience like this, I think is very important. We want great individual matchups. We want our guys to find failure at some point during the year and have to work through that. So Duels are a great way to do that, right? You have to deal with a little bit more anxiety, a little bit more pressure because you're the only match going on, right? In a tournament, you have several other matches going on. These kids have been wrestling in these tournaments since they were 8, so they're pretty used to that environment. They're not used to this.
Duels are important, that's wrestling. I mean, you got 2 teams, there's nothing better than putting 2 teams together, go right up down the lineup and seeing who's better top to bottom. And that's been the way it is forever. I think it's the most excitement, specifically with situations like this where you can put a lot of people in the stands and you got 2 programs who have been rivaled for decades, going back a long time, and it's a lot of fun when you can do it. And that's what makes them important, and that's why duels should always be around, and I don't think that was the question, but it's what makes them great.
We go back to what? Word. We go back to what? Word. We go back to what? Word. Right? Just another day. So don't get too high, don't get too low. Understand that? Yeah, just thankful for you guys for coming up and showcasing our event. Thankful to our community for showing up and showing out. And just thankful for our guys, right? Couldn't have picked a better place to coach. And hats off to Davidson and Coach Mester for coming into this environment. Those guys were pretty excited and competed hard. So overall, thank you to you guys for showcasing this event.
All right, JD, the duel's over. We're not going to give official scores on the criteria until the end of this series, until after we've been to all the duels. But running through the criteria real quick, how do you think they did? First one, energy.
The students brought it. Obviously, there was a notable hit when the students left and dock them a little bit, but man, no better energy than the first half of the duel.
I've genuinely never been in a high school wrestling environment like that, ever. The coolest environment if you're in high school wrestling I think I've ever been around is like Super 32, where everyone's crowding around the mats like that, right? But here, everyone is so invested in the team. It's just a bunch, it's 1,000 boys. What do you picture when you picture 1,000 boys together? That's what you get.
They were throwing heckles, like, Davidson was getting booed, they were getting heckled. And it kind of had that Super 32 feel because they weren't just sitting down in the stands, they were kind of standing,
edging
right up as close as they could get to the edge of the mat.
Sorry, we can get out of your way. Of course. The next criteria was venue. How'd you feel about this venue, JD?
It's pretty good, but it's your typical high school gym. Nothing too crazy, but hey, that's not a bad thing. Bit of a smaller gym, so tight, close-knit environment.
Personally, for a high school duel, I want it to be the perfect size. And I thought that for the size of the crowd, that venue was the perfect size. You don't want it to be too big where there's empty seats or anything like that. Right. So
it was cool to have the students on either side, parents on the ends, and then the upper row, you kind of got the old people in the community, just looking over. I like that.
Wrestling has big rail culture.
Oh yeah.
The third criteria was quality of wrestling.
Phenomenal. I mean, it truly is probably as good as darn near any local high school.
In-state high school duel.
Right. The boarding schools or whatever, sure, you're gonna get better that they have, 10 kids nationally ranked almost in a lineup. This isn't that, but these were probably 2 of the top 100 high schools in the country, right? Sure. So it was so great. Really good high-level high school wrestling.
Not only that, it was a close duel as well. It was going into,
absolutely.
It came down to the last 2 matches. I think that also elevates the quality of wrestling for that criteria. Last criteria, history. We got to learn about the guy who started it. We got to talk to that one guy who said the assembly duel changed his life.
Anytime you have a long-standing tradition that has been going on since the 1960s, you get a bump in the history category. And I know it's not the same team every year, but the 2 teams that showed up here have a long history themselves. Division I wrestlers have come out of both of these programs in recent and historical years.
Well, and, sorry. Go ahead. No, you're good. No, it's totally okay. We are on your turf. So those are the criteria we're going to be judging these duels on moving forward.
If you think you can top what just happened here in Detroit tonight, let us know in the comments below and let us know why and how, and maybe, just maybe, we'll come to your school.
High five, fun duel.
We still have 3 duels left in this series. Tune in next Friday for an inside look at the number 4 versus number 2 teams in the country. What's up, it's Tyler. I'm sitting here in the Flow office because I just finished editing the video you just finished watching. I just started a new position here at Flow where I'm going to be uploading a new YouTube video here to the FloWrestling YouTube channel every Friday. If you want to be notified when I do that, go ahead and follow my Instagram. I'll link it below in the description. I actually posted a sneak peek of this video there this morning, and I'm going to keep doing that for all videos in the future. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and do that. All right, that's all I have to say, except comment something below. I'll respond to a bunch of you from the FloWrestling account because that's fun. All right, bye.